Hi students, today we are starting our next topic of the chapter. You might be remembering we were doing chapter number 13. You all might have given your exams properly, and today's topic is Z scheme. The Z scheme describes the oxidation and reductional changes during the light reaction of photosynthesis. The vertical axis in the figure represents the reductional potential of a particular species. The higher the position of a molecular species, the more negative its reductional potential and more easily it donates electrons. Now we will see, this is the energy. This is photolysis, means breaking of water, release of electron. Now this is photosystem 1, this is photosystem 2, release of electron. Here reaction center 680, P8 680 and here P700. This is chlorophyll center or reaction center. Now from here this electron goes and from here it reaches to plastoquinone hydrogen, release of electron and formation of plastoquinone, and again liberated electron is added to hydrogen atom. Now from here it will move to cytochrome B6. From here it will move to PS1, release of electron. It reaches to P700. Again release of electron and formation of NADPH by NADP. Here addition of hydrogen. So if we will focus on this, this is in the form of Z. I'll make you understand how it starts from here. Again get it, this one, this, okay, or this also. This is Z scheme. It is in the form of Z alphabet. In the Z scheme, electrons are removed from water and then donated to the lower oxidized form of P680. Absorption of photon excited P680 to 680, which jumps to more actively photon excited, and it will be reaches to reducing species. P680 donates its electron to quinone cytochrome Bf chain with proton pumping. The electron from cytochrome Bf is donated to PS1 and converting PS700 to P700 star. This electron along with others is transferred to NADP and it forms NADPH, and this is alternate. The complete process of photosynthesis is carried out into two processes, that is light reaction and dark reaction. The light reaction takes place in grana of the chloroplast. Here light energy gets converted to chemical energy as ATP and NADPH. In this light reaction, the addition of phosphate in the presence of light or synthesizing of ATP by cells is known as photophosphorylation. Now dark reaction. While in the dark reaction, the energy produced previously in the light reaction is utilized to fix carbon dioxide into carbohydrates. The location where this happens is the stroma of the chloroplast. Now photophosphorylation. Photophosphorylation is the process of utilizing light energy from photosynthesis to convert ADP to ATP. It is the process of synthesizing energy-rich ATP molecule by transferring the phosphate group into ADP molecule in the presence of light. Photophosphorylation is of two types, cyclic and non-cyclic. we are starting with cyclic. Now here you can see this is the chlorophyll molecule, released excited electron, then it will move to different paths. You can see these paths, different paths. These are the paths of the electron where release of ATP when ADP adds with the phosphate molecule. Now these are the electron carriers. They will carry the electron again and again, they will send it to the chlorophyll, and chlorophyll, with the help of light, it will emit electron from different paths. It will move, formation of ATP, and again here release of electron which will be accepted by chlorophyll molecule. So this runs in the form of cycle. So this is known as cyclic photophosphorylation. The photophosphorylation process, which result in the movement of electrons in a cyclic manner for synthesizing ATP molecules, is called cyclic photophosphorylation. In this process, plant cells just accomplish the ADP to ATP for immediate energy for the cell. This process usually takes place in the thylakoid membrane and uses photosystem 1 and the chlorophyll 2 P700. During cyclic photophosphorylation, the electrons are transferred back to P700 instead of moving into the NADP from the electron acceptor. This downward movement of electron from an acceptor to P700 results in the formation of ATP molecule. Now non-cyclic, we will see, starting is the same: chlorophyll, by addition of light, release of electron, path of electron, okay, formation of ADP, ATP, here additional formation of NADPH when NADP adds with the hydrogen atom and it forms NADPH. Now here main thing is there, this is the splitting of water, as you can see. Now 2 electrons, when breaking of water will be there, it will be coming in the form of H and O and plus electron. Now release electron, they will go again to chlorophyll. Water will split into oxygen also, it will go into the atmosphere, and here it is the hydrogen which will be accepted by NADP atom and it will form NADPH. So here it is not direct pathway, it is the indirect pathway, so it is known as non-cyclic photophosphorylation, and earlier this path was not there, so directly it was coming here. The photophosphorylation process, which result in the movement of electron in a non-cyclic manner for synthesizing ATP molecule using the energy from excited electrons provided by photosystem 2, is called non-cyclic photophosphorylation. This process is referred to as non-cyclic because the lost electron by 680 of photosystem 2 are occupied by P700 of photosystem 1 and are not reverted to P680. Here the complete movement of electron is in a unidirectional or in a non-cyclic manner. During non-cyclic photophosphorylation, the electrons released by P700 are carried by primary acceptor and are finally passed on to NADP. Here the electron combined with proton, that is hydrogen, which is produced by splitting of water molecule and reduces NADP to NADPH2. Today whatever I have taught you, I am sending you its PDF. Thank you.